Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the finest Dawn of War Soulstorm casts, this side of East Yorkshire. And today we've got a 1 versus 1 on Tranquility's End. Playing as the Chaos Space Marines, we've got Langers, and playing as the Dark Eldar, we have got Wine's AimeBee. AimeBee is going to be opening up with double mandrakes, a plasma generator, and a dark foundry, whereas the Chaos player is going to go for all the Chaos cultists in the whole wide world, some Chaos armories, and a plasma generator. So this is quite the unfortunate opening for the Chaos player, I do have to admit, because, I mean, if AimeBee is going to go for that Dark Foundry into Hellions, into jet bikes and whatnot, the Cultist Grenade opening is not going to fare all that well, I have to say. I mean, yeah, fair play, if you mass these boys up in a big old group and fill their ranks with grenade launchers, sure, yeah, they'll be able to do a fair bit of damage to Reaver jet bikes, but, I mean, they're fairly cheap, fairly mobile, you can repair them, and they can absolutely mince the flesh and chaotic tainted armour of these cultists. But then again, we do have a heavy bolter turret being popped down here, and it will all depend on how quickly these listing posts are upgraded into tier 2. Lord have mercy, I'm staying on this side of the field for the remainder of the game for as long as possible, because with a million cultist squads going about, we'll have to listen to them, well, whinge, which is just awful. But yeah, everyone just capturing their bits and bobs, the nearest and dearest and all the usual gubbins, nothing too serious going to go on. A Hellion squad on the way just to wet the whistle, the Dark Eldar player. But yeah, it'll all be how quickly Langers can either adapt in the tier 1 to this Reaver jet bike play, or whether he will just take up into tier 2 as quickly as humanly possible, and then maybe go for something a bit more, well, a bit more substantial, really. We'll have a Hellion squad jumping over the ridge. Will capture, or will see these cultists, but decide to not go for them, and then go straight into these heavy bolter turrets, but then jump straight over, looking to see if there's any juicier targets for them to go for, and they will see this relic. Decide to go for their spinning attacks, cutting down two as quick as you like. More cultists are on the way, armed with grenade launchers, but deciding to forego their range and go for that close combat. Point blank range grenade launchers. Not something you want when you've got the fragile skull of a Dark Eldar. Now jumping once again into the heavy bolter turret range and not quite getting... I mean, they've got a couple of cultist kills, but I mean, 20 blue money, they can sacrifice their lives for chaos all day long. Not quite capturing that listing person either. Or that relic, should I say. First Reaver jet bike on the field. You get a trio of these bad boys. I mean, look at that, even one able to take care of one cultist. No trouble whatsoever. But then, even saying that, en masse, don't want to deal with these guys. We'll have to wait for more friendly friends to come out. Dark Foundry going to bring out another one. Monkey's Laboratory being finished. So yeah, when they get their targeting modules, they will absolutely waste all these cultists. Critical location over here being captured. More plasma generators. They will... The Chaos player will know. Once you see those Hellions, there's only really one opening or one build order that the Dark Eldar are going to go for. Attacking the ground over here, trying to kill the mandrakes, but there's no mandrakes to be seen. Amazing stuff. There we go, double Reavers and some mandrakes. Well, going to soak up the damage from this heavy bolter turret, while these guys open fire on these cultists who are standing in the negative cover. Although now the mandrakes have moved away, having a squad wipe going on there. Will be forced back. Good placement for this turret, I do have to say. But no tier 2 upgrades for these listing points. Oh, we've got one over here. And they are continuing this. Yeah, certainly no Mandrake is going to be standing here anytime soon. But then again, there are none. So may as well keep your army moving. Rule number 1 in Dawn of War: do never. Well, do never. Is my grammar okay? Am I having a stroke? Never have your units standing idle doing nothing unless they're specifically guarding a area. Do have tier 2 going for the Dark Eldar. Oh, we've got tier 2 for the... Nope. No tier 2 for the Chaos at the moment. But only 2. Oh, we've got 3 now, but this is quite late. Going for Hall of Blood. Deviating from the standard. Gonna kill one heretic here. Another heretic is going to go bye-bye. Listing post upgrading just in the nick of time, protecting these two plasma generators. But this one over yonder not being protected. So they will have free reign to attack this no matter what these Chaos players do. It'll take them a while to get over there with this path thing going around the rock. We'll see these mandrakes slapping up this listing post. Not doing amazing damage against it, but will be able to get them down. Oh, actually, no, might not be able to even take them down. Yeah, will be forced to retreat as the heretic comes over to repair. Reaver jet bikes also being forced past to run the gauntlet, shall we say, from these cultists. Cultists over here also sorting out these Hellions. So actually, for a little bit of static defense, these cultists aren't doing too bad. And now with tier 2 on the way, we'll have to see how both players react. All blood been finished, Witch Cult Arena, so we're seeing a transition from Reaver jetbacks, which haven't been all that effective, it has to be said. Cultists just casually staying in the base. These guys don't want to push out from these defensive places. Mandrakes licking their wounds on the right-hand side. We do have that Reaver targeting module, so these guys will now be able to unlock their true potential in combat. Fourth Reaver jetbike on the way as well. 92 and 30 for the Dark Eldar compared to 110 and 30 for the Chaos player. Got a machine pit on the way. If I was a betting man, it'd be Defilers. Able to weather the storm of these Reaver jetbikes while also providing support for these cultists should they need to. Got a whole fistful of grenade launchers now been thrown at these mandrakes, but now quadruple upgraded Reaver jetbikes maneuvering in, and look how quickly these cultists fall. Just only able to withstand a couple of seconds of fire before they go down. It does look like all the cultists will be wiped out in quick succession. That is very unfortunate. One squad of cultists round here, 6 models in total. Also, still standing in that negative cover. It's not where you want to be. Dear oh dear. And all of a sudden, the strong-looking defense of the Dark Eldar is now being whittled into non-existence. Their stronger economy as well, soon to be smashed. One listing post goes down. We are seeing it. Oh, look, there we go. Defiler on the way. Vehicle increase as well. Oh, just in the nick of time. A heavy bolter had just been finished. And now double listing post. Now, really, no matter where these Reaver jetbikes go, they'll be... Oh, okay, all right. That's nice. So, saved by the bell. Yeah, no matter where they go, they're going to be accosted. So, they're kind of a bit useless, really, at this point. Well, the Mandrakes have taken down a listing post and decapped a strategic point, so that is something. Yeah, you will probably want to move these Mandrakes over here just to tank and soak up the damage and let the Reaver jetbikes smash up these things. But I imagine... There we go, some Witch squads on the way. Oh god, no. You are not strong. They are not Chaos. Chaos is not strong, they're just really annoying. So, annoying their opponents into submission. Going for some Soul Seeker ammunition research as well, just to increase the DPS. Gonna see some cultist infiltration. Which, to be fair, against Reaver jetbikes and the Mandrakes do not have their upgrades at the moment, so these guys will just be able to circumvent the impressive damage of the Reaver jetbikes just by being invisible. One Mandrake being picked up and squeezed. Being thrown into the air. But yeah, these cultists aren't standing up against test time, but now they have now been infiltrated, so yeah, good job. I do quite like this Chaos build. It's just a kind of, okay, yeah, you start off the Chaos cultists with the grenade launchers. Hasn't really worked out for you, so what do? Kind of just wing it. And just have, like, the heavy bolter turret being finished at the correct time, and the infiltration being finished at the correct time. Through luck and planning, I guess. Got some Witch squads now. Wangle them in with a Mandrake squad. And we also have the Archon. Did we have the Archon? Did see him being built up at... Oh, he's here. Hello, how are you doing?
There is much terror
But yeah, don't know how these girls are going to contend against a Defiler. Well, I suppose now that he's going for tier 3 has popped, so there we go, some War Beasts. Gonna pop up some more Slave Chambers, more Plasma Generators. Be very careful though, with the artillery of the Defilers, War Beasts will be knocked around enough, especially with these grenade launchers. Probably will struggle quite a bit with keeping those War Beasts in morale. Or with good morale, shall we say. God, my grandma's not doing well today. I have just woken up from a nap. I am an old man. Naps are quite essential for the working day. Reaver Jetpack's trying to take on this Chaos Sorcerer, actually managing to probably take it down. The bait has been set, and oh dear, trying to teleport away, but killed just before he was able to be gone. That is unfortunate, but then again, in saying that, Witch squads and the Archon unable to really push past the ranged fire of the Defiler. Got a third one coming out, so that's... Yeah, these Defilers are going to be a real tough customer for the Dark Eldar to deal with. But look at this strategy. If you can't beat them, ignore them until they go away. Going to circumvent the artillery and go straight for the jugular. Go and slap around this heavy bolter turret. One Defiler moving over, two Defilers moving over. But these War Beasts can seriously rip through almost anything. Especially when these sisters share their combat drugs with them. I'm going to turn their attention over to the Chaos side of things. Everyone losing their morale, but the Beastmaster in the War Beast pack able to bring them back to heal. Defiler now going to have to run away. Corrosive Acid being thrown down from all the souls that the Dark Eldar have collected. Allowing everyone to just kind of just ruin their armor. Cut through it quite quickly. One Defiler down. Only two left, and the Chaos player. How much? Yeah, they don't have much in the way of economy at the moment to buy a new Defiler. Chaos Lord on the field up. Combat Stimulus being popped once again. Allowing these guys to get a surround on these guys, but they are focusing primarily on the Defiler. Trying to ignore this Chaos Lord with his plasma pistol. Got some Horned Berserkers. Interesting choice. Wouldn't normally see them against Witch Squads and War Beasts. Don't these Reaver Jetbikes cleaning up anyone from the backside. Killing a couple of cultists on their way. But yeah, War Beasts now having their morale broken once again. Packmaster, or should I said Beastmaster, unable to get them back into the fold as she's already used her ability. Kind of turning against not only themselves but also the witches. That's quite an odd engagement there. Common Berserkers wouldn't normally do that well against the witches and the War Beasts, but I mean, when they're being helped with the artillery of the Defilers and also the War Beasts, it's not a bad choice. But yeah, I think the Dark Eldar there pushed a little bit too far. They got these kills. Could have then gone back. Maybe recharged their abilities a little bit. Or maybe even just swooped over on this side and taken on this listing post. Common Berserkers now getting into what they love, what they know best. Even with all the space drugs, the witches aren't holding up very well. Only one squad of them, I do believe. Oh no, two squads, but one's only got two members left. And yeah, Chaos, that was quite a long engagement, but they did manage to weather that storm. Now going to go for a Mark of Khorne, further increasing the abilities of the Khorne Berserkers, as well as a possessed squad. Got more War Beasts on the way. Looking like they're just going to try and see if they can do the same again as before by moving around the Defilers. There we go. We'll want to get that Beastmaster in there. Archon being replaced, so he was lost at some point in that engagement. But yeah, 110 and 53 compared to 126 and 60. But mind you, in saying that, while the economies of both factions are relatively similar, these ladies and the Warp Beasts are quite expensive to reinforce. So you don't want to lose them too often in these exchanges. Warp Beasts, seeing an opening, will just rush into the base. Everyone kind of ignoring this listing post. Not sure about that. I'll try to focus down this plasma generator. And to be fair, if they can kill the generator income, they can stop the production of the Defilers. But not sure if they can get any more Defilers on the field at the moment. 3 is probably the magic number. Warp Beast losing the morale again, but will be brought back to heal. Possessed squad, 8 members in tow. Will find it difficult to go up against these ladies, but they do have a listing post in support. Also, Defiler range support as well. Triple, might I say. And yeah, the witches will just kind of just fall back. Gotta be careful with these Warp Beasts as well. Oh, there we go. Maledictum going down on these possessed squads, now forcing them to engage in just breathing over each other. A little bit of chaotic ASMR. Listing post once again going to be brought down low. Heavy bolts are not quite been able to be finished. But this is quite a protracted assault. We'd expect a little bit more in the way of numbers. At least 2 fully kitted out Witches squads. Maybe 2 fully kitted out Warp Beast squads as well. Not seeing any Scourges to take care of these Defilers. Would normally see one of those as well. If anything, just to keep these guys mobile and moving. They're kind of just stood here being unbothered and unpestered. Do have some, oh dear, some Obliterators now. So quite an elite fighting force for the Chaos player. Though the Witches are now being reinforced to their full numbers. And the Dark Eldar player does have a little bit of money. He does have options here. I mean, what, against Obliterators? I mean, you've got your Witches to chase them down. Khorne Berserkers, I mean, you can focus fire them. Put your Maledictum on those guys, force them to stand still. Then can you focus fire with them? I suppose that any one thing that the Dark Eldar player decides to focus on can be more or less instantly wiped out when you've got your Witches and your Warp Beasts in tandem. It's what's the most advantageous thing to go for first? Would it be the Obliterators? I mean, they could teleport away, so quite a hard unit to go for. And, oh, Jesus, completely wasn't even looking at the timer there. Oh, that was short and sweet. But I do quite like it. The both players went for a very standard opening, and the Chaos player was on the back foot, considering that his standing opening was not good against the Dark Eldar's opening, but was able to transition into a composition that was useful. And yeah, okay, the Dark Eldar player did the exact same, but just wasn't going to win with that one. So cool. Anyway, if you want to support the channel, £1 a month does get you 1 extra game a week. Mine's been Mr. Landshark. Pleasure as always, never a chore, and I will see you in a bit. Peace.